Focused on. So we had additional lake effect snow showers this morning, this afternoon in the snow belt. Right on time then. You got to around 1 o'clock. We were able to drop all of those advisories across the primary and secondary snow belt. However, you notice that there's another batch of some snow coming toward us. In comparison to lake effect snow, this is going to be very light. Now, the timing of it, not ideal. Sun is setting. We're in the evening commute, so we're definitely going to want to be aware of the fact that there could be some slick spots, but generally speaking, little to no accumulation expected. Temperatures are frigid, certainly cold enough for snow. 34 in Cleveland, 32 for Akron. We've got a southwesterly wind at about 15 miles per hour, so that's making it feel even colder. We're going to keep those yellow boxes here for our yellow street lights here, because we are going to have that threat for a little bit of some snow. One more round, slowly drying up and warming up. 60s soon. We'll talk about that coming up. Pennsylvania. Most of this afternoon has been dry, although a little cloudy, and we still have a threat for one more push of some light snow. More like a flurry, couple of flakes. Couldn't make it slick, sure, especially on anything untreated, but it's not going to be a widespread accumulation issue. So this is what it looks like paused here. We still have just sporadic snow showers across the area. So let's do little tour here. Most widespread just outside of our viewing area, down to the south and also the west. It's still not very heavy snow, but again, could briefly make it slick, especially now that the sun is setting. It becomes a bit lighter when you look closer to our western waterfront communities around the islands, and in downtown Cleveland, straight through Palmyra, Deerfield. It's all flurry action. Couple more of those flakes flying around Lake, Ashtabula County, up towards State Route 2 and also I-90. Additional snow showers up into Canada. We're watching the radar, but truthfully, I'm not overly impressed with what I'm seeing. Just be aware of it. By the time we get to 9 o'clock, this is what the radar is expected to look like. Very isolated activity. Notice here, clouds are trying to clear out. We have a chance to see the northern lights this week. It's a pretty decent solar storm that we're dealing with. There's a chance tonight, and it peaks tomorrow in the afternoon. So honestly, tomorrow in the evening is probably going to be the better window. But what happens here is that we do have some on and off cloud cover across the area. So if you happen to be outside, it's worth a look, because it does ebb and flow, unfortunately, too, with the peak of northern lights and when you can see them. Tomorrow, we still have a chance, too, for some additional lake effect showers. It's both a rain and a mix. Maybe you'll get some sleet, some grapple mixing in, which we've had today as well. Temperatures are trying to get back into the 40s here, so eventually seeing more rain showers, and not everyone gets it. It's definitely a lake effect event, so up to our north and east has the best chance to see those additional light showers for tomorrow. Notice here as we move into Wednesday night, some clearing. Again, that opportunity to see the northern lights will be there then. Thursday, we're finally completely dry. Temperatures outside, freezing. 32 for Akron, 32 for Worcester. We've got a southwesterly wind, about 15 miles per hour, gusting faster than that. Wind's definitely going to be an issue the rest of today into tomorrow, too. Gusts over 25 right now, making it feel like the mid-20s. Tonight, wind chill values dipping back into the teens. It'll definitely be pretty frigid. We're sitting at 538, and there's a chance to see the northern lights over the next few days. So tonight, we're still pretty cloudy, but there's a chance that we start to clear out overnight. So if you're a night owl, an early riser, definitely worth a look. It is a strong solar storm here, a G4, which definitely gives us the potential that the northern lights sink far enough south that we're able to see them. And it's the next 2 nights. Now, it kind of looks like it's going to hit a peak in the afternoon tomorrow, which now that the sun's going down at 5, that bodes well for us to be able to try to see it. Clouds are still going to be an issue, though, throughout the day tomorrow as well. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the future radar, because there's even a couple of flakes out there right now. Quite a few clouds, too. So we'll get to that coming up. Cleveland, 32 for Akron, Canton, 31 for Mansfield, and it feels even colder than that because of the strong winds that we still have. Now, the threat for a couple of flakes just the next few hours. It doesn't look like it's going to accumulate very much, but it could make it slick at times, so just something to be aware of. Chilly temperatures, gusty winds continue even overnight and into tomorrow as well. Lake effect finally wrapped up earlier today. Now we have a quick little disturbance moving through, giving us that light snow. When we're looking at snow on the Power 5 radar, when you have the whites, you might think that that's the heavier snow, but it's not. Our color scheme is when you have the purples, that's where it's more like a moderate snow shower. When it starts to become more of that blue, that's when you have heavy snow like we had last night. So compare what we're seeing farther to the north here around the islands. You see the white pattern there. Those are flurries. A little bit more substantial snow headed toward Mansfield, Ashland. So this is what we're going to be watching over the next few hours, especially now that the sun is down and we're just going to be seeing chilly temperatures, and it can make things a little bit more hazardous out on the roads. Additional snow showers up into Ashtabula. You also see it into northwest PA and out across the lake toward Canada too. This is what it looks like though by 9:30 on the future radar. Not super impressive. These are very isolated showers. Notice the clouds trying to clear out. We do have the potential to see the northern lights tonight and also tomorrow night. If you haven't seen them, because we've had multiple opportunities over the last year and a half, but maybe it didn't work with your schedule or anything like that, there is this chance. And showing that clearing overnight. It's going to be cold though, and it'll be blustery too. Not quite done with the lake effect. Notice that we are going to have the threat for more of a rain-snow mix tomorrow in our northern and eastern communities. That's the best chance. For us, with temperatures in the 40s tomorrow, leaning more towards rain, but sleet, some grapple mixing in, certainly a possibility, even just some wet flakes. That's most likely in the morning into the afternoon, but we'll keep the threat even as we get about 24 hours from now. Finally, by Thursday, we're drying out and we'll stay dry on Friday, and we'll also start to warm up our temperatures too. We're looking at the 50s and 60s, so above average.
Weather Center with meteorologist Katie McGraw to talk more about it.
Yeah, so thankfully not nearly as bad as even what we were dealing with earlier today, but sun's down, it's cold. Evening drive. So we want people to be aware it's going to be even like what we had earlier today. You can see it coming through here. And as it continues to push to the east, it's kind of fallen apart into our neck of the woods, a little bit more substantial to the south and west of us, moving toward now Mansfield, Ashland along I-71. So definitely an area that we want to monitor. You can see that basically you get south of Mansfield all the way down to about Columbus, Mount Vernon. That's where we have the most substantial snow at this moment. So just outside of the Power 5. Meanwhile, viewing area, I should say. Meanwhile, we have a couple of flakes elsewhere. I don't think that these are going to accumulate very much, but we are still going to watch them. Maybe a quick little dusting, making it slick out on the roads. And this is all staying to the north of us. So as we move throughout this evening, this is what we're looking like in the next hour. How it continues to fall apart. Still seeing some flakes on the futurecast, but I think that these are going to be in and out pretty fast. By about 9-10 o'clock, we were all looking a lot drier. Chance to see the northern lights, temperatures in the 60s. I've got some good news in the extended forecast, so we'll get to that coming up. Okay, well, definitely tomorrow night and maybe even into Thursday as well. Need to keep an eye on the cloud cover, of course, because it is pretty cloudy currently outside. We're going to see a couple of flakes too in the next few hours. Temperatures hanging out right around freezing. Mansfield 31, 33 for Ashtabula, Cleveland sitting at 34. And we had those final snow showers for the lake effect up to our north and east earlier today. Quick little disturbance pushing through now. So this is not lake effect this time, and we have a couple of snow showers impacting the area. It doesn't look like accumulation is going to be very much. It'll be very minor, but we have to watch areas like this. Just starting to move into our viewing area down into Richland County, south of Mansfield. It's more substantial south, but as it continues to push to the east, that's what we'll be watching for. Flakes and flurries elsewhere. You got a little band here setting up in Ashtabula County. Again, I don't think that this is going to have a huge impact, but we are going to monitor it for the next 3-4 hours. I say it's out of here 9-10 o'clock tonight, and notice that we'll have some of those flakes really kind of favoring our southern communities actually to get maybe a quick little dusting of snow. Could make the roads slick. The clouds are going to try to clear after that. More west, you probably have a better chance to see the northern lights at that point. If you're an early riser or night owl, I think it's worth a look, especially if you haven't ever been able to see them before. Suggestion, always use your phone. Sometimes it's easier to see it that way, and be patient. It kind of ebbs and flows. As we move into tomorrow, we still have some lake effect showers, believe it or not. This time though, it's more of a rain, snow, kind of sloppy mix. most of us won't have to deal with it. I'm looking at Lake County, I'm looking at Ashtabula, Geauga, over into Northwest PA. That's where you have the best chance to see these rain, snow showers mixing in, maybe even some graupel, some sleet, so it'll be a little bit sloppy tomorrow again. Next few hours, light snow drying out by 10 p.m. It'll be chilly tonight. Temperatures are going to feel even colder too, because we have wind gusts right now over 25 miles per hour. A couple spots. Downtown Cleveland's current gust over 30, making it feel colder than it actually is. Wind chills right now in the 20s, and teens look likely for tonight again. So it's mighty cold. We're going to start to warm things up though. When we look at that 7-day forecast, it's a steady climb. 40s returning tomorrow, allowing for that mix of some lake effect with rain, snow up into Northwest PA as well. Additional accumulation really not expected with this, and this kind of mess that we're seeing here. Rain, snow mix in Canada, that's staying to the north of us. So we're going to start to see improvements here, honestly, probably in the next hour. Temperatures are chilly, only looking at the 30s right now. 34 for Cleveland, 32 for Canton, 31 for Mansfield. It is mostly cloudy, and as we move throughout this evening, I'm going to keep you at the yellow light. Probably we'll be able to get to a green light once we get past 8, 9 o'clock, because we're going to drop that chance for snow and we'll actually start to see some clearing here. So a couple of showers both tonight and again tomorrow. We'll talk about that, but big warm up ahead. Lots to discuss in just a few. Definitely worth a look, but again, have to battle the clouds. Plus, one more push of some snow showers across Northeast Ohio. It hasn't been super impressive, except in some of our southern communities, skirting just to the south of us right now and up into Ashtabula. While this isn't expected to bring a lot of accumulation, it could lower visibility for a brief period of time, also make it a little slick. It's already starting to exit Coshocton. We were talking about 10 minutes ago, and how it had some widespread activity in Coshocton. Now that's already ending, mainly now in Tuscarawas County. And then also we have another band up toward Ashtabula. So not much happening in downtown Cleveland. You got to look over towards Northwest PA and along Ashtabula to about Jefferson to see some of those light snow showers. All of this staying in Canada, pushing to the east, not going to be a problem. This is what it looks like on the future radar. Couple of snow showers until about 9, 10 o'clock. Then we will see drying conditions overnight. It'll be cold, and we're trying to thin out the clouds overnight. I think the more north and east you live, the clouds hang tough, because we still have another chance for lake effect tomorrow. Now this lake effect, because temperatures are going to be rising, more of a rain-snow mix. Rain and snow showers early in the morning, then eventually just plain old rain showers once we get into the afternoon as temperatures climb into the 40s for more of us. Down to the south, down to the west, or over to the west, you're not going to see too much more activity for tomorrow. Temperatures right now hanging out at 34. 718, we've got a southerly wind, 18 miles per hour. Making it feel colder than it actually is. Farther to the south, like in Worcester and Akron, you have wind speeds right now southwesterly at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but it is certainly gusty. We just got an update here. Look at these gusts, Ashland, Mansfield. As you get this quick little clipper through, gusts over 30 miles an hour. So the winds are no joke tonight and into tomorrow as well. They kind of are relentless. Wind chill right now, mid-20s for a lot of us, falling into the low 20s and teens. And as I mentioned, the breezy winds still a factor as we move into the overnight and tomorrow as well. For the next few hours, a couple of flakes, then we're drying out. Gusty winds and cold temperatures, biggest issue overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll start to increase the temperatures though as we move throughout the next couple of days. So improvements throughout the work week. Here's your lows. Low 30s, upper 20s, but it'll feel colder than that.